What's up, everybody? This is the Quarter Guy, and just a reminder that there may or may not be a 25 cents worth next week, because that'll be during the time that I'll be at MomoCon. I'm actually leaving this coming Wednesday, which is the 24th, and I'll be returning on the 28th. Maybe I'll be able to get a 25 cents worth out if I'm back early enough, but MomoCon's gonna be great. Some pretty well-known names among both current and former countdown makers and commentators, including Rabbit Luigi, Alex Rochon, formerly known as the Autarch, Navricunner 075, Tree's Apprentice. Those are just a few of my video making colleagues who are going to be there. It's gonna be great. But anyways, couple main topics this week. First off being Sonic Team and Sega finally revealed the third major character in Sonic Forces, and it's Original the Character, also known as Donut Steel, which is basically my way of saying that we're getting custom heroes. So you're going to be able to create your own hero from a variety of species, colors, accessories, and you're also going to be able to use different kinds of gadgets like a zipline and a flamethrower. And I don't know if we're going to be able to customize our gadgets too, but on the one hand, this is going to be kind of a way to insert yourself into the game. You know how I like customization options. It was on my top 10 things I like in video games list. And I know quite a few people, that there are quite a few people on the DeviantArt side of things who are very, very happy with this. And I can only imagine how wild they're going to go with this, but at the same time, if this new character is going to be involved in cutscenes, I can only imagine this can only go so far in that regard. That being said, I'm under the sense of cautiously optimistic about this. At the same time, it could be pretty dicey. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. On the other hand, Nintendo dumped a bunch of new info regarding their upcoming new IP, ARMS, for the Switch. First off, they went over some new modes, like how they're doing their ranked battles, and it's not just going to be limited to one-on-one fights, or even actual real fights for that matter. They've added some new multiplayer modes, like a volleyball mode and a basketball-style mode, and target practice mode. They're really making this interesting. Not only that, but they've introduced a bunch of new characters, including Kid Cobra, and Kid Cobra is described in-game as an online streamer who's in the Grand Prix to make a name for himself and boost his viewer ratings. If only that were that easy for someone like me. The second one is a robotic cop and dog character. I forget their name. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it was like Bark and Bite. That's what they are. That's what they're called. They seem to have like a duo fighting style sort of thing, and even going Gurren Lagann on us by combining in their charge mode. That'd be pretty interesting. And then there's the character who broke the internet, so to speak. Twintel. An actress who's looking to step on stage of battle, and she uses her hair as her weapons of choice. But that's not what drove people crazy. Oh, I'm not gonna really go into that much detail about how it happened, but I can sum it up in 2 words. Extra thick! But yeah, she's garnered quite a bit of popularity from first impressions alone, let me tell ya. But not only do we get that info, but it seems that Nintendo is kind of taking the Splatoon route with ARMS, including frequent updates, free updates in fact, including new characters, new ARMS, new modes. Yeah, they're they're hoping to extend the life of this game as much as they can, like they did with the first Splatoon, and hopefully what they're planning to do with the second Splatoon. Speaking of which, that's not the only way that they're going to be taking the Splatoon route. They're taking the opportunity to give players a chance to test out the game for themselves with the Global Test Punch. It's going to be taking place over 2 weekends, the first being while I'm at MomoCon, sadly, but the other one being the first weekend in June. Which is a good thing, because I'll be able to test it, and hopefully I'll be able to stream my highlights of it. Well, stream my experience with it. I think I'm gonna do it in a couple ways. I'm gonna test it both with the motion controls and without. That way I'll get a better sense of which one is best for me. It could be something like Splatoon where the motion controls actually work in the game's favor, or it could be a game where it's better to just use something like the Pro Controller. Top 10 least favorite Pokemon is pretty much done. I might actually release it tonight along with this video. But, yeah. Anyways, for my question of the week, what's your opinion on the inclusion of custom heroes in Sonic Forces? As always, leave your answers in the comments. Favorite comments will be featured in the next episode. Here are last week's winners.
Break down, break down.
And with that, time for the fourth wall mailbag. As always, send me your questions via YouTube messages, and I'll feature my favorite questions in the next episode. First question this week comes from Ludger's channel, who asks, what's your favorite video game console? I've always been kind of that old school person. I'd say my favorite console overall is probably the Super Nintendo. It's one of the consoles that I have the best memories with. It's got so many nostalgic memories of it for me. Games like the original Mega Man X, Super Mario World, Super Castlevania 4, Tetris Attack. Yeah, it kind of carries the best memories with me. Well, for me, but and that's why I hope I can find an opportunity to reserve a Super NES Classic if and when Nintendo actually announces that. Next question comes from Chaos Frenzy, who asks, least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Season? Okay, I'm gonna clear this up now. I don't hate any of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons. I don't hate any of them. Though I'd have to say, if I had to pick a least favorite, I would have to say Zexal. It was kind of too slow to really get going, and once it did get going, it kind of fell off in the finale, to be honest. Especially since the introduction of Dawn 1000. And especially after they pretty much pinned a lot of the series conflicts on him. Instead of the character-driven sort of thing that the Baryon Saga was kind of looking like in the early going of it. Hopefully Reigns is really, really good. I was able to see the first episode and was impressed by it. I've seen clips of the second one, though I can't find a place to watch the second episode. Oh well. Next question comes from a Rabblier who asks, would you ever make a top 10 favorite champions video? You're talking about League of Legends, right? Yeah, if people watch League of LoL long enough for me, they would probably already know who my number one would be. Less build-up there, but I'm not really sure who I'd put in the rest of the slots, though. Though a few of my favorite champions also include Lux, Nami, Twisted Fate, Lucian, and Aatrox. I hear Aatrox is actually getting good now. And besides, I haven't really played as much League as I used to for some reason. Though I'll keep it on the back burner, just in case I ever get an order going. Last question this week comes from Ledapper Greninja, who asks, what do you think of concept giving Inti Creates the rights to Mighty No. 9 and its characters? Well, it's only for the crossovers, but if they ever did it outright, I can only imagine it would be an improvement.